welcome to Timeless Sparks. In today's episode, we're taking you on a journey back to the 8th century, to a time when the great epic of Beowulf was first told. This ancient tale, with its heroes' trials, monstrous foes, magical elements, and mythical worlds, isn't just a cornerstone of English literature. It's also a bridge that connects us to the wonders of modern fantasy. From Tolkien to Rowling, from dragons to dark gods, Beowulf's shadow stretches wide and deep. So, grab your imagination and dive in as we explore just how Beowulf inspired modern fantasy literature. Let's begin with the heart of Beowulf, the hero's journey. Beowulf's tale follows a classic structure where a young, untested warrior answers the call to adventure. He sets out to confront the terrifying Grendel, a monstrous threat plaguing his people. After defeating Grendel, Beowulf must face Grendel's vengeful mother in an act of courage that deepens his heroism. Years later, as a wise and battle-scarred king, he undertakes one final challenge against a fire-breathing dragon, sacrificing himself for his kingdom. It's more than just action. It's a story of transformation, a journey of growth and destiny. This archetype of the hero's journey is everywhere in modern fantasy. Think of Frodo Baggins in The Lord of the Rings, a humble hobbit who travels from the safety of the Shire to the perilous depths of Mordor, overcoming unimaginable trials. Or Harry Potter, who steps from the ordinary world of Muggles into a magical realm where he must grow into the hero destined to face the Dark Lord. Even superheroes like Spider-Man owe a debt to Beowulf's archetypal journey, a young individual thrust into challenges beyond their understanding, emerging stronger and changed. Beowulf's structure of facing trials, growing through hardship, and sacrificing for the greater good remains a timeless scaffold for heroic narratives. Of course, what is a hero's journey without fearsome foes? Beowulf brings us some of literature's most memorable monsters. Grendel, a grotesque lurking predator, stalks the mead hall of Heorot, devouring warriors in the night. His mother, the vengeful sea hag, takes the deep fears Grendel inspires and transforms them into maternal rage and ferocity. Then there's the dragon, the ultimate foe, embodying greed, destruction, and the deadly consequences of human hubris. These monsters aren't just enemies, but symbols of deeper, more profound anxieties, chaos, vengeance, mortality. It's no surprise that the tradition of monsters established in Beowulf resonates throughout modern fantasy. In Tolkien's Middle-earth, dragons like Smaug represent wealth-obsessed greed, a direct homage to Beowulf's fire dragon. Grendel-like creatures take form in Rowling's Dementors, shadowy beings that embody despair, or in George R.R. Martin's White Walkers, the chilling threat of death incarnate. These modern iterations follow Beowulf's example by challenging not only the hero's strength, but their morals, tapping into primal fears that remain haunting even today. But Beowulf isn't just a tale of warriors and monsters. The supernatural weaves deeply into this epic, as divine forces are intertwined with mortal destinies. Throughout the poem, references to fate and higher powers influence Beowulf's choices and triumphs. His victory against Grendel is portrayed as a divinely willed act, and his downfall against the dragon comes only after he has fulfilled his destined duties. This interplay between free will and fate echoes far beyond Anglo-Saxon poetry. Modern fantasy frequently grapples with these same tensions. In the Chronicles of Narnia, Aslan embodies divine intervention, steering the Pevensey children toward their destiny while allowing them room for bravery and choice. In Robert Jordan's The Wheel of Time, The concept of prophecy looms large as characters constantly grapple with foretold events and the free will to change them. A philosophical debate that traces back to Beowulf's themes of divine influence. The enduring questions of destiny versus agency remain essential threads in fantasy storytelling. Now, let's talk about world building, the other cornerstone of Beowulf's legacy. The epic is steeped in Anglo-Saxon myth and folklore, creating a vivid tapestry of mythical settings, customs and traditions. From the halls of Heorot to the eerie depths of the monster's lair, Beowulf transports its audience into a world full of magic, danger and wonder. Take Tolkien's Middle-earth, for example, with its richly detailed histories, languages, and cultures inspired by Anglo-Saxon lore. Or the magical community of Rowling's Hogwarts, bustling with its own quirky rules, traditions, and mythical creatures. The very act of world-building, creating intricate societies and ecosystems, owes a debt to the mythic foundations laid by Beowulf. These worlds invite readers not just to observe the story, but to live it, to wander its halls and face its challenges alongside the characters. Finally, we arrive at Beowulf's ultimate gift, its enduring influence. Across centuries, Beowulf has inspired not only individual authors, but entire genres. J.R.R. Tolkien, an academic deeply familiar with Beowulf's intricacies, directly echoed its themes, monsters and mythic depth in works like The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings. George R.R. Martin channels Beowulf's violent undertones and moral complexities in Game of Thrones. Even J.K. Rowling draws on Beowulfian traditions, crafting battles of bravery, destiny, and divine forces against dark foes. The story of Beowulf reminds us of the timeless power of myth. By rooting itself in universal themes of heroism, fate, and the struggle between good and evil, it has transcended time itself, birthing new stories through the imaginations of countless authors. So the next time you lose yourself in a fantastical world of dragons, daring heroes, and epic battles, remember the legacy of Beowulf. It's not just an ancient poem, it's a living, breathing foundation for the stories we hold dearest today. If this dive into Beowulf's influence left you inspired, hit that like button and subscribe for more explorations of the stories that shaped modern fantasy. Until next time, keep imagining, keep exploring, and may your journey always be epic.